you today.
Pastor Hagee, what actually is what is a blood moon to begin? Because you say 4 blood moons or tetrads. What does that mean?
A blood moon is when the earth is between the sun and the moon, and the rays of the sun shine through the atmosphere of the earth directly onto the moon and cause it to have a reddish glow. It means that the sun, the earth, and the moon have to be in a perfect alignment for that to happen. That produces a blood moon.
But Pastor Hagee, that's very interesting unto itself. It's sort of a mini eclipse in a way, right?
It is indeed.
Okay. So only I read your book, a best-selling book called 4 Blood Moons, and you're going to be doing you have a DVD on this, a theatrical one-night event on March 23rd. I want to know more about it, meaning you say that only 3 times in the past 500 years have 4 blood moons occurred back-to-back and on major Jewish holy days. When is in 1493, 1948, 1967, when is the next one, Pastor?
Well, they are in process right now. The 4th series of 4 blood moons began in April of 2014, which was Passover, and then the Feast of Tabernacles, or Sukkot, in September 2014. The next blood moon coming up will be April the 4th of this year, and the final blood moon will be September the 28th of this year. The amazing, miraculous thing about these blood moons is that on an exact day, the sun, the earth, and the moon will get into a perfect alignment to produce a blood moon, but on the exact day of Passover and Feast of Tabernacles in 2014 and 15 to the day and the hour.
Now, for those people who are listening who are skeptical, we should say that the blood moon prophecy is only a theory taught by yourself and a few others, and you state that an ongoing tetrad of blood moons, which began with the April 14 lunar eclipse, is a sign of the end times. Is that correct?
Well, actually the end times began after the day of Pentecost, but when we're talking about the last days, that's right now. And we have in the book of Joel, the 2nd chapter, where I got the exact title for the book. It said, I will show wonders in the heavens. The sun shall be turned to darkness, meaning a solar eclipse, and that's going to happen this year. And the moon will be turned to blood before the coming of the day of the Lord. That's a very graphic sentence that's undeniable. The fact of the signals in the heavens began in Genesis 1:14. The Bible says, and let there be lights in the heavens to divide day from night, and let them be for signs and for seasons. The word sign in Hebrew is oath, which means signal. So God is saying in Joel 2:30, Genesis 1:14, Psalms 19, David writes, the heavens declare the glory of God. Day unto day they utter speech and show knowledge. There's a communication skill demonstrated in that one sentence that's undeniable. The specific signs in history that we have already had that people are more familiar with would be the 3 wise men following the star in the east to discover the Christ child. Matthew, the 2nd chapter, says, we have seen his star in the east, and we have come to worship him. They had followed that star from 500 to 700 miles from Babylon.
You're saying that Jesus is going to come back to earth this time? Is that what you're suggesting?
No, I'm not at all. When this series of blood moons is over, it is a signal from heaven that something is getting ready to change. In each of the previous blood moons, let's go back to 1492 and 3. When the first tetrad came, the Jews were expelled from Spain. King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella in the Spanish Inquisition kicked the Jewish people out of Spain. And the Jews